So for episode 3 of my PVM guides, we are back at my favourite spot with these guards, and we're going to be using our knowledge of episode 1, which is game ticks, to learn about prayer flicking. Now there are 3 types of prayer flicking in the game. Type 1 is offensive with things like piety. Type 2 and 3 are both to do with overheads, but they work in a slightly different way. So what prayer flicking is when you're turning your prayer only on the one tick you need to use it to make sure that you're either going to be using no prayer if doing it perfectly, or reducing the prayer you use if you're doing it to a okay degree. So the simplest one to learn is the offensive prayer. So if I attack a guard, you can see my XP is white. If I keep my prayer on, when I hit him, it turns blue, which is an indication that the prayer is being used. Did his head just glitch? I'll have to watch that back in recording. Anyway, so if you're prayer flicking, you can see you can turn the prayer off, but you're still going to be getting your blue splat. So the way this works is you want to turn your prayer on the tick before you attack. You can see I am attacking one tick after the guard is, so I turn my piety on for the tick he is attacking me, and turning it off as soon as I see my own attack animation. Now the second type is defensive with your overheads. So if I hit a guard and let him attack me, it's hard to see on him because he will struggle to hurt me. The idea is if you turn your prayer on one tick before the animation of his attack, then turn it off as soon as you see his animation begin, you will take no damage and you will lose no prayer, which is very, very useful. If you do this perfectly, you can do things like Slayer tasks without using prayer points. Or bosses, if you are low on prayer, you can hopefully get that extra kill. The third type is still using this idea of overheads with one ticking, but with some bosses in the game, the damage calculation is not done at the beginning of the animation. It is done at the beginning, it is done when their projectile hits you. An example of this is like Zabak having his rock or his pot hit you. It's not when the animation begins, it's when the projectile actually hits you that it matters if your prayer is on or not. Now, unfortunately, Jagex are full of inconsistencies, and there is no easy way to tell which one a monster or boss is. Now, the rule of thumb is 95% of monsters and bosses use the animation rule, so like the guard, you turn it on before his attack goes on, before his animation begins, and you're fine. And if you want to try and guess for a boss, for example, the easiest way is to know about its release date. If it's a newer boss, chances are you're going to have to do it when the projectile hits you, not at the start of animation. For example, today is the 6th of January 2025. Huey Cottle is the newest boss, or second newest boss. Its attacks you have to pray when the projectile hits you, not when the animation begins. So, I hope this helps you, and we are slowly going to be moving away from the super duper basics like I've been doing recently, and moving on to slightly more advanced things, and then moving back to doing specific boss examples. If there's anything you want explained, or shown, or taught, please just comment, and I'm very, very happy to do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.